and welcome to my channel. According to Sierra, as you can tell by the name of the channel, my name is Sierra Wilson and I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I actually started this YouTube page back in 2021, but I only made 2 videos and I kind of went ghost because there was a lot going on at that time. There were good things, but it was a lot going on at that time. Number one, I got into a new career in commercial property management. I currently do office property management, and I also started a new relationship at that time. So just navigating between having a new relationship and getting used to a whole new career with a brand new position, it kind of was a lot for me to be able to post videos too. But I'm back and I'm 2 years into my career, 2 years into my relationship. So I wanted to just do something fun and just get the first video that I'm posting in 2023 going. And what I've decided to come up with is reasons why I think Charlotte, North Carolina is a great place to live. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. There was a study done, and I'll link the study below, but there was a study done of 150 most populous metropolitan areas. And if you didn't already know, Charlotte ranked number 8th. Right, so I actually was shocked by this because I love Charlotte, but I didn't think it would be number 8th. And I kind of thought about reasons why I love Charlotte, and I wanted to just share my journey because I'm not originally from Charlotte. I'm actually from upstate New York. So I've been here about 10 years. So I have seen the growth and the changes that Charlotte has gone through. I know about 113 people a day on average move to Charlotte. And as a real estate agent, that's something I should know, right? So I wanted to just share that with anybody who's thinking about relocating to Charlotte. If you're on the verge between Charlotte and another city, or, you know, even if you're coming from North Carolina and maybe you're thinking to move into a new city, I just wanted to share the reasons why I think Charlotte is a great place to live. It's been a game changer for me mentally, spiritually, financially, and just overall quality of life. So here are my 5 reasons why I like Charlotte. Well, before I do that, let me just back up before we begin. If you could please like, comment, and share this post. If you could comment the reason why you may like Charlotte, or if you don't particularly like Charlotte and you're living here and you've experienced something, just be able to put that in the comment section. Possibly share this with somebody that may be thinking about moving to Charlotte, because videos like this help people decide, and also it can help me understand what content you guys like. So without further ado, because I keep talking, let's get to it. And by the way, these are in no particular order. Like 1 is not better than 5 and 5 is not better than 1. I just put them in this order and that's just how it is. But I think the most important thing when you're deciding to move to another city or anywhere you decide to move to, whether it be just across town, is affordability. Like, what is gonna be affordable? How am I going to include these expenses into my everyday life, right? And by the way, I will be looking down because I have notes and I want to make sure I give you the right statistics. So I just want to put that out there and let you know. But affordability, right now in Charlotte, even though it's a larger metropolitan area, it is ranked 21 out of 25 large metropolitan states as being affordable. What that translates to is to being 2% under the average cost of living. So in other cities like San Francisco or Boston or New York, those larger areas, or even Atlanta, Charlotte is actually more affordable to live here, you know, cost of living compared to those cities. So things like utilities, we're actually 8% lower than the average. And also with groceries, I think we're about 7%. So if you think about the cost of everything, Charlotte is actually pretty affordable compared to a lot of other places. And the rent prices, I want to say the average is about $1,600 compared to somewhere, like I said, like San Francisco or New York, where you're paying for a 1-bedroom, maybe the same square footage, and it'll be close to $2,400. That's crazy. But in reality, if you've lived here long enough, like for me, when I first moved here, the same 1 bedroom would be likely $1,100, $1,200. So there is quite a difference from 10 years ago, or even just before the pandemic happened. And with the inflation, that's just the way it is. Okay, so now that you know you can afford to live in Charlotte, right? Let's think about what type of jobs are out here. I mean, with Charlotte, is so many different areas that you can go into, because Charlotte has a strong, booming job market. And top employers such as Duke Energy, Amazon, Atrium Health, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and the list goes on beyond that, because companies want to plant their roots here to attract, you know, good talent, to retain good talent, and they want to bring those companies here because of the benefits that Charlotte offers. So if you're in that area where you're trying to figure out if you want to change jobs and maybe get a new job in Charlotte, you're definitely in luck, and check out those websites like LinkedIn or Indeed to figure out what type of jobs that may be good for you. Okay, so we're moving on to number 3. And number 3 for me is going to be the aura that Charlotte gives off. For me, it's gonna be the small town feel, but also with the cool city vibes. And what I mean by that is, if you're in that mode where you're trying to go out and hit the scene and go to nightclubs and things like that, Charlotte does have some of that, you know, to offer. Now, obviously it's not gonna be like a California or a New York or Atlanta. The clubs here, the bars here, they definitely close at 2 a.m. So you kind of want to go out a little bit earlier here in Charlotte, but you have that space to be able to do that. And on the flip side, if you're more so into hiking, or you want to go on the Greenway trails, or if you're into brunch, you know, brunch is huge everywhere. You have that area where you can go to a hip hop brunch, or a trap and paint brunch, or something that may be just geared to pets, where you can invite your pets to come along too and play cornhole. There's different things that you can do here in Charlotte. Also want to mention breweries. Breweries are pretty huge here. There's over 75 different breweries throughout the city area. So you'll always find something to do if that's what your vibe is. But at the same time, you can raise a family here and be able to have a quiet life if you wanted to. So that's my number 3. Okay, so number 3 is a perfect segue going into number 4, which are professional sports teams. So Charlotte is a unique place. We have several different professional sports teams, and I'm just gonna name them all. So we have the Carolina Panthers, which is NFL, of course, the Charlotte Hornets, NBA, we have the Charlotte FC soccer, we have the minor league baseball team, the Charlotte Knights, we have the Charlotte Checkers, which is hockey, the National Hockey League. So whatever your jive is, yes, I said jive, whatever your jive is that you like, even down to college sports, between basketball, football, and everything in between, you have those options to do that. Even if you're not a huge sports fan like me, I was not a huge sports fan when I first moved here, but I moved down here during the era when like Cam Newton was on the team, and just the energy of the city was so great that it kind of like drew me out into like places like Slade or something like that. And it was a good time where you would just listen to music in between sports plays. And I was able to attend my first actual football game for the Carolina Panthers last summer. So it's just a great area to be able to be a part of such a electric time when there is, you know, or there are games going on and you're able to just decide which way you want to go. So I think that's very important for someone who may be wanting to move down here. Even if you aren't that big of a sports fan, but if you are a big sports fan, you'll have that chance to be able to see maybe your favorite team play the Charlotte Hornets, or if you have a different favorite team for the NFL, you may be able to see them play at that sporting event. So that would be my number 4, and I just think that's a huge plus about living in Charlotte. So last but not least, definitely not the least, it could be ranked, you know, one of the top reasons why people move here. Charlotte has mild weather. As far as winter mild weather, I mean, the summertime is hot, but to begin with, the mild winters, you can see an average between like 40s and 50s. But don't get it twisted. Like, Charlotte does get cold. Just last winter, we had like a huge like freeze, which damaged a lot of, you know, older property, like as far as heating and systems, things like that. But normally you have a regular, like, you know, jacket on. If it snows, most things get shut down. You get to work from home, or kids get to just have a day out of school. But in the wintertime, like I said, from 40s to 50s, it can get as low as some 30s sometimes, but that's rare. That's not the norm. That's not what really happens. I would say springtime usually hits like mid-March, and you can expect to see temperatures closer to like upper 60s and things of that nature. Once summer hits, it's very hot, and it can reach up to 100 degrees. I know this past summer, everybody has experienced like this magnitude of this heat wave. But if that's your thing and you like that, you want to go to the pool and sit by the pool and chill outside and be hot, that's not my thing. Like, but I definitely think with Charlotte, you get to experience all 4 seasons. So that's the plus of living in Charlotte. You get fall, you get winter, you get spring, and you definitely gonna feel summer. So those are my 5 things that I think, or 5 reasons that I think Charlotte is a great place to live. And it's just an overview. You know, obviously if you're moving to a new town, or no matter where you live, you need to do research and make sure that it's gonna be the best decision for you. And I think YouTube, in looking at different perspectives from other people, is a good starting point, but ultimately it's your decision. But if you do have questions, if you have anything that maybe you like to see as far as content from me, please let me know. Again, I would appreciate it if you definitely share this with somebody who may be thinking about moving to Charlotte, or if you're thinking about moving to Charlotte. If you already live in Charlotte, definitely comment below and let me know what you think, what your thoughts are about Charlotte. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I will be doing my best to post once a week and releasing those videos on Wednesday. And I appreciate your time today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.